This is Assistant Fire Chief Christian Johnson of the Okanagan Volunteer Fire Department. He suffered second and third degree burns over 60% of his body while fighting the Spring Coulee Fire. Johnson died from his injuries earlier this month, and this afternoon his community turned out to honor him. Many gathered to remember Johnson and the 55 years he lived.
Johnson was a volunteer firefighter for 20 years.
4 News Now reporter Eleni Dow is in Okanagan and gives us a glimpse of what he was like.
Dozens of firefighters and law enforcement agencies came out to Okanagan County Fairgrounds to remember Christian Johnson, an assistant fire chief, Army veteran, and community staple. Before the ceremony, Rebecca Reagan was one of the few who stood outside in the city.
Christian Johnson was a good man. He was a great firefighter.
She knew Johnson and wanted to be there for his family, watching flashing police and fire lights go by as the procession went on.
I was at one time a member of the Okanagan Fire Department, so he's a fallen brother to me, even though we never trained together, but outside of the department.
It's a small town and many knew him. He held quite a few job titles, from firefighter to Army vet, building inspector, and more.
This is a big loss for Okanagan. Not just the fire department, it's a big loss for Okanagan, period.
The procession made its way to the fairgrounds. Seats were filled with people inside the Agriplex, listening, remembering, and mourning Johnson. People who knew him said he loved the outdoors.
When I worked at the Chevron here in town, he would come in the mornings and get breakfast and be ready to go fishing.
Some came who never met him, but are part of the brotherhood of the fire service.
We're just honoring his memory, and that he fell in the line of duty, protecting his community.
They're always there for their families.
Always. I mean, that's, we're here for him and his family, to stand by their side.
To me and to everybody who knew him, he was truly something special. A very rare man. If you knew him, you knew exactly what I am talking about.
Although Johnson's end of watch was October 2nd, today was his final call.
Okanagan Fire, 4th Street. Okanagan Fire, 4th Street, no response.
A ceremony signifying the end of a long road for the Johnson family, but showing them they're not alone. In Okanagan, I'm Eleni Dow, 4 News Now.